Every website has a structure. The best way you go about your structure, the easier it is or it becomes for search engines to be able to optimize your website. So let's go ahead and then take a look at how to work with a website structure and WYSIWYG Web Builder. So talking about website structure, one thing or one point that has to come into your mind has to do with the site manager. Now, because the website structure has to do with how we are laying out the pages in our project. And then the ways or how you create your pages or where you create your pages is the site manager. So once we come to the site manager, you have your pages created in there. You have the chance of creating folders and the rest. Now, it is very important for you to try as much as possible to organize your pages in an appropriate way. So you're looking at the page names. So just like we saw for the file names where you don't leave spaces, the same implementation for the page names where you probably would want to have either underscores or hyphens. So let's just talk about the page name first. So let's just say if this page is going to be about us. Let me just clear this and type at the back here. So about us. Now take a good look at what is going to happen in here. When I click outside, you realize automatically a hyphen was created for this particular page name. The reason is because we can't afford to have broken links on our page or on our website. So therefore, we can't leave spaces when we are creating page names. So that's how come the hyphen was added automatically. We can change this to underscore. So let me just bring the T to an underscore, which is fine. But the best way to go about having your website performing better with search engines is to use hyphens. So hyphens are mostly preferred compared to that of underscore. So let me just change this back to hyphen. So this is about so creating your pages, renaming them, you should avoid spaces. You should either use underscores or hyphens to go about the names of the page. So that's one way to go about your website structure. And then the other way has to do with how you organize your website in here. So let me just go ahead and then create a folder. So let's just say we have a folder for products. So then I rename this to products. And then in that particular folder, we have a page for maybe one product. So product one. Well, maybe let's just give this product a name. So let's just say sneaker, or this particular product is a sneaker. Anything at all, any kind of product you're looking at, or maybe a computer part. So we can go ahead to change this to computer part. So maybe computer products, or maybe let me just make this computers. So this is okay. Under normal circumstance, there are instances where, or there have been a couple of sites I've worked on where people repeat the products in here. So this is products and then computers. I'm not really getting a best way example to give, but I'm trying my possible best to explain this so you could get what I'm trying to talk about. All I'm trying to say is, so first we have this particular page in a folder which is called product. That is the mother folder or the parent folder called product. There's no need for us to repeat that same product as part of the page name of the product itself or the page itself. The reason is because, let me just preview this in the browser. Should I, in case we have this as a site, so let me just say this is dapsonhmail.com, and then there's products in a product folder. Now you realize there's some kind of duplicate here, which isn't really good. It would have been best having something like this. So dapsonhmail.com/product means the product folder. We have computers. Then this makes sense because even reading just from the URL, you can actually identify what is being kept in that particular, or what that particular link is going to lead you to. So all I'm trying to say here is avoid repetition of names or page names in here. So once you have product as a folder, there's no need to bring that particular product in here. You can just take it away and then leave it to computers. Maybe this time around, what you should do is to give some kind of descriptive information or descriptive page names for that particular page. So let's say Apple computers. Then that makes sense. Now, how about Core i5 Apple Computers. Then this makes more sense. And the reason is because this is some kind of descriptive name where if I'm searching for Core i5 Apple Computers, then I stand a chance of getting to land on this page, because at the end of the day, I'm giving a descriptive name in there. But if I just say computers, if I just say Apple Computers, even though Apple is a keyword, computers is a keyword, I'm not giving it more descriptive information as I should do as much as I can. So try as much as possible to avoid repetition of page names. Try as much as possible to give descriptive page names so that it becomes easier for your site to be able to, perform better with search engines. So just like I was saying, so as part of that, you organize your pages in an orderly way. So you have your index page, you have your about page, you have products folder, which is going to keep your products in there. You have pages under your product. Now, one thing you should also take note is it is you don't have to put your page names in uppercase. Let's say about us. This isn't really good. It's not really special. Nothing happens to your website, but it doesn't really help in search engine optimization. It's always best to keep your page names in lower cases, so that at the end of the day, it's easier for search engines to be able to crawl your site. So just like I was saying, the way you organize your pages is very important, and these all fall as part of your website structure. How you've renamed your pages, descriptive page names, how you've organized your pages. So in this case, you realize I'm keeping all products in this particular folder. It makes it easier to have my website organized even for myself in case I want to trace a particular page or maybe a folder to make changes to and the rest. And then also you can create subfolders. So maybe if I want to create a subfolder, so let's just say I want to create a subfolder for computers only, so or Apple Computers. So Apple Computers, and then I want to have this particular page in this particular folder. Then I'm going to change this, so Apple Computers. Then I'm going to take this away. Instead of having Apple Computers here, I'm going to have something like Apple Computers Core i5, or maybe I'll probably want to have i5 here instead, so Core i5, and then I'm going to change this to Apple Computers. So once I preview this in the browser, you realize, let me just clear this off. So this is where we are going to have our domain name, so dabsonishmael.com. So this is going to be dabsonishmael.com/products. We have Core i5, we have Apple Computers. So depending on how you want to go about it, all I'm trying to say is try as much as possible to have a descriptive name, try as much as possible to organize your pages, try as much as possible to avoid spaces in your page name, so that at the end of the day, you're going to get a better result with search engines.